All right, let's move on to Ohio State. Ohio State wins the Emerald Coast Classic, beating Alabama. Santa Clara they beat as well, not as well known of a team, but they were undefeated. They did beat Oregon to get to the championship to play Ohio State, so that was a good performance from the Buckeyes to beat them. And the Buckeyes are kind of rolling, guys. We weren't really sure too much what to expect after their A&M loss at home early in the season. I think it was their second game, but Bruce Thornton, guys, 17.2 points per game. Roddy Gale, 15 points per game. I mean, when you got two guards that together are averaging 3.3 turnovers per game and they're scoring over 30 points per game together, that is really, really difficult to stop. Burke, what do you think about the Emerald Classic and these Ohio State Buckeyes?
Last time I was on this show, I was, who was it with us? Adam Judy? Was that his last name?
Yeah.
Jardy. Yeah, I had brought up the fact that Ohio State up to that point looked like it was going to be another sensible NBA audition tape, but this time for Thornton.
Right.
And then he said, no, it's been made clear that that Holtman's going to have these guys much more consciously share this ball. And immediately right after we had that discussion, that seems to be the case.
Yep.
They're distributing it far better. I mean, that has created opportunities for Jamison Battle to do damage from beyond the arc. Like he's just a great lurker on the perimeter. And it has taken a while, but I think Felix Okpara is starting to find that sophomore bump.
It's really that defensive anchor they need down there, you know?
Yeah, but even more than that, like we were talking so highly of Juwan Gary coming off the bench. Like Zed Key is absolutely a six man that is making his presence known for like 6 man of the year.
Yeah.
Running.
Yeah, he is for sure. I wasn't too sure about the Zed Key coming off the bench decision by Holtman, but it's really paying off. I think Okpara is that defensive, anchor you need to start the game, and he really brings that energy to really help them out. So, and Evan Mahaffey has been the surprise this season. That I mean, he's not doing a ton, 3.5 points per game, 3.3 rebounds. So he's not like he's putting up gaudy stat numbers or anything like that, but he's a presence on the defensive end, and he has a lot of energy, and his length is crazy. I don't have his exact measurements in front of me, but he's just a really, really long guy who can make things happen and guard multiple positions, which is really impressive and something they need. Frank, what are your thoughts on the Buckeyes and the Emerald Classic and just overall as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, just starting on the team as a whole, I think a lot of people thought this was going to be the Jamison Battle show, is going to be his team. And, no one really saw the Thornton and Gale, barrage that we've seen so far. I mean, just to, look at their numbers against Alabama, Thornton goes for 29, 4 for 6 from 3, 13 for 14 at the line. Roddy Gale goes for 23 against a really good Alabama team. I mean, that's impressive. And these guys are sophomores too. I mean, that's the crazy thing. And yeah, I mean, Zed Key, he's had a rough go of it in his career. He's battled injuries, but he's doing the intangibles, right? He's doing the little things. He's rebounding hard. He's defending hard. Same with Okpara. I mean, I'm really excited to see what this team does going forward and how they carry that momentum from Alabama. I mean, and Santa Clara beat Oregon. I mean, that was still, a Ken Palm top 120 win for them. Yeah, I mean, Texas A&M, that's not a bad loss for this Buckeye team, and I think that they actually got better from it. Yeah. I mean, and I'm really excited to watch these two guards going forward. And it's feel like they were guys that really weren't talked about preseason as much as what you would have think, especially compared to the output we've seen from them so far. But yeah, they're looking like two of the best guards in the conference right now.
Well, and I think it's helped having Dale Bonner come off the bench as well. I mean, this was a guy at Baylor that he did not get his praises sung enough for what he was able to do at Baylor. And I'm learning from listening to some guys on the beat who kind of hear a little bit more about the games and the team. Dale Bonner is just exactly what you want in a teammate in the locker room. I mean, he's pumping those guys up. He's the positive influence you need, but he's also one of those guys that just gets on guys. He's not afraid, even if he's only playing, 15, 20 minutes per game. He's not afraid to get on guys. He's not afraid to be that senior leader. And I think that was something that Ohio State lacked last year. I don't think anybody was getting on Bryce Sensabaugh. I don't think anybody was getting on the defense and saying, guys, we have to lock down when our shots don't go in on the other end. And it really feels like Ohio State has that this year with their leadership and what they're able to do. So really, really good things for the Buckeyes so far. I'm impressed. I think that things are going to keep going well for them. And I'm right there with you, Frank. That A&M loss, I think, did a whole lot more good for them as a team than maybe it would have, been a good W on the schedule. So thanks for listening to the Big Ten Huddle. Please do like and subscribe. We appreciate that. If this was your first time listening, we are the Big Ten Huddle. We cover all things Big Ten football and basketball. We have a long episode every Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, all at 9 o'clock. So come in, check us out, get in the chat, let us know what you're thinking. We would love to have you join us and learn more about the Big Ten.